coming in. All right, hey, we got one guest. Gonna wait for one more. Um, hey y'all, I have an exclusive with Shin Maeng. He's been an artist who has partnered with InterVarsity on several just projects. Still, he got the story project, but several evangelistic, artistic. What would we call it? Projects. There we go. So I'm wearing a shirt they gave me. It was so nice. This is a sample of his art. I'm going to try to go to the bookstore. Is it the booth still up?
Is the bookstore?
So the booth is still up in the bookstore that they have. I'm going to show you the full project and maybe we can give you some explanation. But I have Shin here with me, so I'm going to ask him just a few questions. So Shin, I'm gonna start personal first, man.
All right, sure.
So your passion for art, man, how did it start?
It all started in 1992. It was an X-Men comic book, Uncanny X-Men by Jim Lee, and man, I got that comic book and I was just like, man, I want to be a comic book artist, and I literally like page by page copied that thing, and I could draw like page 47 at that time, or whatever page it was, and like for my friends, like, oh, this is like what this page looked like. I memorized the whole comic book like by memory, and it may not have looked like Jim Lee's, but from that day I was like, I wanted to be an artist, and man, that was the start. I was like, I kept that thing forever.
Okay. So give me this. Tell me this. Were you following Jesus early on in your life? Did that come while you, or where did
it was like an
come
up and down road. I think the journey of a Christian is like ups and downs. I grew up in a family that like believes in Jesus. My parents are Jesus followers. However, like in college, I didn't have InterVarsity for some reason, and it was difficult. But God He hounded me, and I think finding a great community, and actually in Urbana 06, it really strengthened my faith, and I actually went into urban ministry and wanted to do more in my own city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you've been helping us. You worked on Story Project. You worked on A Better World.
A Better World.
And these have been really key tools for us to reach artists, but then also to engage the broader audience also, man. So, what do you want to say about the Story Project? Just how have you seen it be used and used well?
Man, I think we have to go back a little bit before the Story Project, just because it's a formational thing for me. I was walking around Boston Commons at this, there was a costume store where I bought this mask, and at the register there was this man who was just the most scariest man in the world, all the wrong tattoos, like skulls, bones, everything. And out of my fear, I pulled out my phone, and on my phone case it said, it was an art piece of mine, and it was about Jesus' love going in every direction. Okay. And I pull it out, and the guy's like, did you draw that? And the next thing I know, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what is it about? And at that moment, I had to decide if I could follow Jesus or not.
Wow.
And I said, Jesus' love goes in every direction. And at that moment, we had the spiritual conversation about Jesus and about him wanting to go back to church and follow it back into faith. And I think in that moment, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to draw a larger art piece with InterVarsity to bring to campus and have non-Christians engage with the gospel and know who actually the man of Jesus and the sovereign God, that he is the one who brings healing. And so I think for me, at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. I want the Story Project to go to the ends of the campus so that like everyone will know who Jesus is, and actually at least engage with the Word of God.
All right, awesome, man. Hey, so some of y'all just coming in, you can ask questions to Shin, like you can send them in the comments, and I'll ask him the question. I'm going to ask him just a couple more questions as we go here. We're getting a lot of likes, a lot of hearts floating up.
Oh man, I need to get on Periscope, man.
But okay, man, what would you say to artists? So the Urbana Missions Conference is a missions conference to students.
Yeah.
What would you say to those student artists who feel like maybe there's not a space to use their art? What would you say to them?
You know, I actually think that Christianity, like especially with who Jesus is and how he actually takes the broken world of our brokenness and sin, and then there's this beautiful world that we hope for, that's heaven. He actually bridges that gap. And actually Christians and artists have that. But it's just artists tend to think the broken world and the beautiful as two separate entities. And so as Christians, we actually have this great avenue to say, like, yes, Jesus is the bridge to the two worlds. And you can say this broken world is actually the redemptive healing through Jesus Christ. And so to all artists out there, keep on pressing in and think about how Jesus is transforming you through brokenness to healing. And I think that's a really great start to understanding art as a whole, because art always anticipates brokenness, but now we must anticipate Christ. So how do you bridge that gap? And so keep on pressing in, keep on honing your skills. I think that's the best way to do it. Just like keep on pressing in and loving on your fellow brothers and sisters that may not know Jesus yet.
Man, so there you have it. I'm gonna get a selfie with you.
Oh yeah.
So there you have it. Me and Shin, who has just been a great friend and partner within the varsity, and just personally for me, just talking about art. And I think I'm just gonna repeat what he said, man. that world between the broken world and heaven, that space, like artists have a really good opportunity to explain that, because really it can't be explained, but it needs an artistic touch. So Shin, thank you for all the work you do, and you continue to
thank
do.
you thank you
All right, we'll see y'all in the
I'm doing a good job.
You say a good job.
I've been to 14 Urbanas.
All right.
Oh, wow.
We'll see y'all. We're gonna let 14 Urbanas, and just gave Shin props. So, man, that's a big deal.
I'm here to witness to the visual arts, but the industry I want to commit to is the comic book industry, the horror, science fiction, and the gaming industry, and anime. But I don't
Mission's happening. I'm gonna let Shin go because he needs to talk.
We'll talk.
Y'all go ahead.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That was me and Shin Maeng, the artist behind the Story Project, and the artist behind A Better World. Another two tools that InterVarsity has been using, really trying to utilize art to do evangelism, to do mission on campus. So I think I'm going to try to sneak y'all a peek of those things a little later. But until then, I will see y'all.